Alright. I'm not your average girl from the video. My worth is not determined by the price of my clothes. No matter what I'm wearing, I will always be myself. And I've been trying to redefine who that is lately because I've been stuck in a weak days just trying to figure out my plan, looking for guidance, but nobody understands what I'm going through. So I'm coming to you, Lord, praying that you can heal me, take away this pain and replace it with familiar. I'm tired of getting in my feelings about things I can't control. So sick of myself, I'm like something gotta go. Now I'm shedding no skin, just trying to realign my soul, picking up the broken pieces of my heart, wondering how I'm about to make myself whole again. So stressed out by life, man, I think I'm about to roll again. Smoking potent, they wish they had the potion. Got my name so far up in their mouth, that's why they always choking. Got this baddie trying to take me out, baby, I'm too focused. But you give me a minute and I can see what that mouth do in a moment. Woo! Yo! Don't play with that girl Pen, okay? So, look, that's just a bit of my spoken word, y'all. I don't be knowing if I be wanting to spit some poetry or hop on a beat and just diss everybody in a rap song. I'm still trying to decide. But never mind that. Let's get into it. Yo, welcome back to the Weak Daze, the podcast where we talk about getting it out of the mud, forging a path of your own, and keeping it real in a world full of distractions. I'm your host, Kenn, and today we're getting into something that's been on my mind lately. Plotting on people, especially when it comes to dating. We all know what it means to plot on somebody, right? It's that calculated approach that one takes, the long game, the strategic moves you make when you really got your eye on somebody. But the real question is, when does plotting cross the line into manipulation? And is it even worth it? That's what we're unpacking today. So let's get into it. All right. So look, y'all, this really what I mean by plotting. So plotting on somebody is basically where you are interested in somebody and you reframe who you are, or you come with like this scary approach to it. Like, let's say you could be telling them, oh, I started this business and I really want to be able to interview you for this podcast that I'm starting right here. And they think that you really just trying to talk to them like you ain't really doing nothing for real. You ain't really about nothing for real. You ain't really finna accomplish nothing for real. So they might feel like you plotting, like your intentions is not pure. Or somebody might approach you and tell you, okay, I really want you to model for me, right? They really want you to model for them, and they come up and they be like, all right, boom, you can be my model, I give you $100, They was really trying to get your contact information, get your number type deal like that. Like, it was a method to their madness. They really wasn't being direct. They really wasn't being for real. You feel what I'm saying? So, are you plotting, or have you been plotted against? That is the question. So for me, I feel like I don't be plotting on people for real. Like, I do believe that people accuse me of plotting on them, but to me, that's just insane, because what am I plotting on you for? Like, what am I trying to gain out of this? What am I trying to accomplish? I know you don't think that I'm trying to plot on you for a relationship. Now that's crazy, because I really, to be very honest, like, while I do have a genuine love for humanity, I don't like people like that. Like, not enough to just be in my face all the time. You feel what I'm saying? And okay, so I feel like some people know a lot about me and they be like, girl, I know you're not gonna lie on this internet and act like you just don't be plotting on people. You see how nervous I am? I'm playing with my hair because you know she's gonna come up with a lie. Nah, let me stop playing. Because it's hard to explain. It's not a lie. It's just so uncomfortable sometimes. Should I stop rambling and talking around the situation and actually give y'all what it really was? I think so. Okay, so let's get into it. So last summer, I was sent to psych and I was sent to jail. So this is so hard to explain because it sounds crazy already. It's so hard to explain, y'all. Okay, so look, when I was sent to psych, right, I was staying at this apartment complex. And so I'm really just going to leave the name out of it because it's not really about them. It's really about the situation and the story. So I was staying at this apartment complex, right? And so it was ghetto. It was ghetto, okay? It was so confusing as well because it was like a neighborhood with a lot of Caucasian people in it. But then that one building was real hood. It was like, wow. I don't even know how to describe it. I was in the trenches for real. That's no cap. These folks was doing everything up in there. That was the trap for real. Okay, so let's get into how I got accused of plotting on somebody because it relates to why I got sent to the psych ward. So, boom. So, I had moved into this apartment complex, right? Because basically I felt very unwelcome in my home. That's how I'm trying to figure out how to say stuff without saying too much. You feel me? But yeah, I felt real uncomfortable in my home and somebody was really just harassing me. They took the doorknob off of the bedroom door, took the doorknob off of the bathroom door. Then Shawty sits over here and he locks the bathroom door. So I was not able to use the bathroom and I couldn't pee nor shower. And it's just like, I felt like I was really on a real episode of Survivor, bro. Like, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't allowed to use the microwave. I wasn't allowed to use the refrigerator. Shawty said I couldn't use the electricity, which means I couldn't use the Wi-Fi. Like, I was really just allowed to have that roof over my head. And so it made it very uncomfortable and mentally I was not in a very good place. So I called my dad, I asked my dad what I was supposed to do and stuff like that. And he was like, he just felt like it's time for me to move out. He would help me, everything like that. Cool. I did have a job or whatever. I think on another episode, I'm going to talk about me working at Publix because that was a crazy story too, but I'm trying to learn how to stay focused on one thing at a time, right? Okay, boom. So the story is about the apartment complex, right? So when I was staying there, I was really having a really hard time. So I was going through all that or whatever like that, and then so I think somebody had put something on Instagram or whatever like that, saying something about how they had a dog they wanted to give away. I really needed a friend. That for real. I really needed a friend because I was so depressed and I just felt so lonely and I just needed like an emotional support animal for real. So I was like, I could take the dog because I finally had a place that I could stay in by myself or whatever like that. So I'm like, cool, got me a dog. I'm in there. And so the dog was just unruly though. And so I'm just like, I don't like this dog. And the dog sat over here and I'm not going to say that they bit somebody, but they were accused, the dog was accused of biting somebody. So I had to get rid of the dog and I'm just like, okay, cool. You can really just go back to who I had given you to, who had gave you to me because it's like, I don't know what to do. I'm not going to get put out of my apartment for this dog that I barely even know. So shawty, come get your dog or this dog is going to the pound and he's going to be put to sleep. I'm sorry I had to choose myself in that situation because I needed a roof over my head because I didn't have anywhere else to go. So boom, that's that story, right? So I ended up getting fired from Publix, right? And I really don't want to talk about it right now. So just know that I got fired from Publix, and that is an important part of the story. I will talk about it on another episode, but this episode is about plotting on people, and that story about the about Publix is also about plotting on people as well. I just don't feel like telling it right now because that one is going to be a doozy too. Like, it's a crazy behind story. We're focusing on how Kennedy got into the psych ward for the 4th time. The first 3 times, it's just like, I knew I wasn't crazy. I was just going through a hard place in my life and I wanted to unalive myself, and I was having those suicidal ideations. So I decided that I was going to call 988. For one of the first time, I didn't even call 988. So the first time I had took myself to Emory. I took myself to Emory because life had just gotten really challenging. Let's just put it that way. Life had gotten really challenging, and I had ended up getting a gun because this girl had tried to set me up to get gang raped. And I'm just like, all right, I want to fight this girl or whatever like that. I was never planning on unaliving the girl, but I wanted a gun to protect myself because I knew that she had a gun. And I'm just like, shoot, I'm not finna be caught lacking, so let me go get me a strap too. You feel what I'm saying? But then I realized how far my mind was going, and I started to really, really think about it. And I'm like, no, like, I can't unalive her, or I really wasn't going that far. So I'm like, nah, I should just let it go because she has a family and that would be so hateful, and I'm the one that without no family, I'm the one without nothing. And then I'm like, why don't I just go? And I'm like, whoa, Kennedy, you tripping, shawty. So I ended up returning the weapon to the place where I bought it. I made that man take that gun back from me. I promise you, I made that man take that gun back from me. You're not even allowed to return guns to the damn gun store when you purchase one. But he didn't want me to have that gun either. I'm just like, look, bro, take this, okay? I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't like these weapons. You feel what I'm saying? So after I made this man buy that gun back for me, I went to check myself into the hospital because I was like, man, my thoughts are just getting way too rapid and I really need some help. They ended up 1013ing me though because I had said something about how I had bought the weapon and everything like that. And I'm just like, bro, you really tripping because I also told you that I returned that weapon as well. There was no reason for you to 1013 me because I'm not going to do it. That's why I'm here, because I don't want to unalive anybody. I don't even want to unalive myself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so cool. So the second time that I went, it was really my dad's fault. Because I was at this job orientation. Mind you, my dad had kicked me out. So I was at this job orientation and I started to have panic attacks because there was a lot of information about what sexual assault was and everything like that. And I really had no real knowledge as to what sexual assault was and everything. And so I'm basically like having this panic attack and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was sexually assaulted and then I couldn't take it. Like, I couldn't sit there and digest the information because it was too much, because this is the first realization that I had that I was really harmed, that I'd really been abused. So they ended up calling my dad and everything like that. And so my dad really wasn't he didn't care for real. He just like, man, I know you know a place you can go. And that place was psych, bro. So yeah, that's how I ended up getting locked up. It's like the second time because I did voluntarily go in because my dad suggested it. Like he manipulated me into going in there. That's really my story, and I'm sticking to it. The third time, yeah, I actually made how can I say this? I did an act on my life. You feel what I'm saying? Like I counted out the pills. It was 28 trazodone pills, and I'm like, man, I gotta go. I wrote this letter on Instagram, and I'm like, tell my mama and my daddy it's not their fault, and I'm sorry. I just can't do this no more. Everybody is concerned. They blowing up my Instagram and stuff like that. Folks are telling me to call the ambulance. I'm telling them, no, it's okay. I just want to go to sleep, y'all. I'm good. And so everybody really continued to show care and concern for me from seeing such an alarming message. And they just told me to reach out for help and stuff. And I actually took their advice and I reached out for help because then I realized what I did. And I'm like, Kennedy, you know, if you go to sleep, this is the end, right? Like, there's no coming back. There may be no coming back for you. And at that time, I was in a really dark place because I felt so abandoned and I felt so alone because it's like, I'm not even gonna lie. My mama always chose her husband over her kids, and that has always gotten on my nerves, to be very honest. I don't like stuff like that. Like, I didn't understand it growing up, but now I kind of do understand where she's coming from just from growth. Do I agree with it? No. But in certain situations, it's like women will choose a man over her kids and even over herself because she has a lack of love for self, and it's that feeling of unworthiness, or it's like really an insecurity and not feeling like you can stand up on your own, and that whole ideology of men being the head of the household. And she really wanted them, my man, and I'd be like, ma, your man left you for dead. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this man do not care about you. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I had to tell y'all about those first 3 visits to get to the 4th one. So, mind you, everything is still on track. Sometimes I do be feeling like I'm going off on a tangent, but everything is about to make sense. So, boom. 4th time that I had went to psych. This security guard, her name was Shy. That's just what we call her. I can use nicknames. I think nicknames is cool. But I don't really know how to make up extra names for people. As long as I'm not calling your government out, I really don't care. So, yeah. So, Shy was real cool. She was a stud or whatever. And so, I'm not going to say that I liked her. I'm going to say that she was attractive and she caught my attention. Yes, she caught my attention. And she made me smile. Like, that's just what, hey, bro, it's okay though, because I'm a pimp. It's cool. I'm a thug. All right, let me stop playing. Okay, so look, y'all. So, this what happened. So, Shy had ended up, I feel like we had a connection, or we first had like some type of camaraderie with each other, because I was really, really sick and I was throwing up and I was waiting for the ambulance to come because my diabetes or at the time it was like so out of control. I've been learning how to manage my diabetes just a little bit more and focusing more on my health so that I wouldn't constantly have to keep going back to the hospital, because I really don't like going to the hospital because I don't like how they treat me because I'm broke, okay? You feel what I'm saying? They don't want to be saving my life. They just be like, bruh, can you please just get your stuff together? Like, for real. They could be calling me non-compliant. And it's not that I'm non-compliant. It's the fact that y'all won't give me my ADHD medicine because I really be, like, out of focus. But I don't feel like getting into all of that right now. Right now, we are talking about Shy. So, Shy was a sweetheart. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I actually did like who she was as a person. But she really ended up playing in my face, y'all. On something real. She ended up playing in my face. Because the thing about it is that basically, like I said, I was waiting for the ambulance. And so as I'm waiting for the ambulance and everything like that, I just felt the need to talk to somebody. Like I do not like waiting. I do not like being sick. So I really just wanted to vent or whatever like that. So boom. I was talking to Shy and I'm basically telling her, bro, this be getting on my nerves so much. Like I'm waiting for the ambulance right now because my stomach hurts so bad and I keep throwing up uncontrollably and I don't even understand why this keeps happening to me. And I'm a diabetic and I really, really hate my life and sometimes I want to unalive myself. And so when I had asked her, could I talk to her, that's basically what I said to her. And so her response was, you don't want to do that. And so I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want this to stop. Like, I really want to be able to take care of my health. I really want to be able to live. I really want to stop going through all of these health problems. This is really pissing me off. So I'm having this conversation with her and I'm telling her and stuff like that. And so we were just talking back and forth. I can't remember every single thing that we said to each other. So I ended up going to the hospital. Boom, came back home. She basically checked on me to see if I was all right, stuff like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm okay. But she would also check me because I got a real nasty attitude when I feel like somebody is doing something to make me upset or I feel like somebody's talking to me crazy or stuff like that. So she would always walk up on me and she would check me. And so when I tell you this girl is big, bruh. Like she big. You feel what I'm saying? But she was a big, beautiful. Oh, she was so beautiful. Like it's okay, cause I'm good. I'm good. We cool. But like I was saying, yeah. So she was really beautiful or whatever like that. And so when she would walk up, I wasn't saying she was beautiful. I was saying she was big. See, my mind, cause baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. See, that's what gets me in trouble. And that's really why people be thinking that I'm plotting on somebody. Because I play too much. Because if somebody's attractive, shoot, I'm going to say it. Like, I don't mind saying it. But just because I think you're attractive does not mean that I want you. Okay. Now that we've gotten that established and I explained that part of it, I can explain to you how me and Shy started to talk to each other or whatever like that. So it was one day I had this Snapple. I was coming from the vending machine and I had this Snapple in my hand and she said, stop right there. And so I'm looking and I'm just like, what? And so she's like, she said, give me that juice right now. And I'm like, bruh, stop playing with me. I want my juice. Every other day, I got time to play with you. But right now, you trying to take my food, and I don't have no time to play with you. See, she triggered me because they used to call me Big Kenn back in high school because I was big and my name was Kennedy. And it was really just my whole personality. They really should have called me Little Debbie because I stayed with a snack. I promise to God, I kept the snack on me. You feel what I'm saying? And so I love sweet stuff. And so I really do have like an addiction to sugar. So my dad would always tell me I have an addictive personality. So I really do have an addiction to sugar. So that's why I had the Snapple or whatever like that. So she sit over here and she basically stopped me. She was like my superwoman. I swear to God. She was like, wait, no, don't do that. I gotta stop playing all the time, y'all. But yeah, she's like, don't do that or whatever like that. And so I'm like, I don't understand. I didn't understand where she was coming from. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna take my drink. This is my drink. I paid for it. Leave me the hell alone. I'm going to study. Why are you bothering me? And so she was like, I will trade you 3 bottles of water for that Snapple right now. And so I thought about it and I'm like, okay, you're right. I'm gonna listen because she was right. Like, I did not need that Snapple. That's the reason why I kept going to the hospital and I kept having problems and I could not just get my life in order because I always wanted something that I was not supposed to be having. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll give you my Snapple, 3 bottles of water. That sounds like a fair trade because the Snapple only $2. The Snapple $2 and 3 bottles of water, the waters be $1 each. So I'm really coming out on top. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And it's better for my health. So you can have my Snapple. Where my water at? And so she's like, she only got 2 bottles right now, but she said, come see me tomorrow and I'm gonna give you your 3rd bottle of water. And I said, okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. So the next day, I went to go find her and I'm like, where my water at? And so she gave me my water. And so I'm like, thank you, or whatever like that. So sometimes I would continue to, baby, I was thirsty. Please know and understand that I was thirsty. I don't know what I was thirsty for. Either it was the water. I'm very unsure. It's still a little shaky. Was I thirsty for the water or was I thirsty for her? Baby, I would have took both. Like, for real. Not even playing. Baby, you can be my customer. You can have it supersized with some loving on the side. You can have it your way, you're the customer. Okay, I really need to learn how to be serious for once in my life. But it's so hard. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Should I come back? Like, can I manifest you? No, let me stop playing. I don't even know if I want to manifest her back because she was big and she used to beat me. For real, leave me alone. I'm good. I don't like getting beat on by people, and I'm cool. I'm cool. Okay, so that brings me back to the story and the point that I was actually making, right? Y'all, I be playing so much that I get lost into where I'm actually at. So yeah, I was telling you about the Snapple, and so how she would tell me, how she told me to come back to her, right? And so yeah, I had came back to her so that I could get the drink or whatever like that. So after that, I would continue to ask her for water and stuff because I really was broke and I really was thirsty and I really did need water, and I had really just lost my job at Publix. Like, I was so broke that I'm sitting over here asking security constantly if I could use their phone because I'm sitting over here like, look, I'm just trying to check on my money, or I'd be trying to check on my money, or I'd be trying to call my dad or something like that. And so I'm broke. I'm so broke. I really don't have no phone. I don't know how I'm gonna sit over here and call anybody. So that's why I would always ask security for help or whatever. And so yeah, that's really why I always ended up talking to her, because I always needed help. And so, boom, we continued on talking and stuff like that. So that's what happened. So I ended up getting into this altercation with this girl, right? And so my problem is that I really be trying to save people and then end up getting accused of plotting on them or liking them or something like that, or trying to get them for myself, when baby, I just see you going down this slippery slope and I just want to grab you by the back of your collar and say, come on baby, come here. But that don't be none of my business, and that be the biggest problem, because I don't be knowing how to mind my business, and I always want to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Don't save her, she don't want to be saved. I sure didn't want to be saved back in my days, because I sure did not listen to nothing, knowing good and well I was doing something wrong and did not care. Made my bad decisions proudly, okay? I'm not playing at all. You feel me? And so, boom. So what ended up happening was I got into this altercation with this girl and everything like that. And so the same girl, so mind you, the girl that I ended up having an altercation with was the same girl who was with me when old girl gave me the Snapple, or when old girl took my Snapple away from me. So I'm trying to tell Shy, I'm like, Shy, this girl really just trying to attack me. She harassing me. She at my door right now. She's trying to get this can opener because I had used her can opener so that I could make some tacos because I really wanted to make some tacos, but I didn't have no can opener because I don't even remember what I was trying to open for those doggone tacos. It might have been the Rotel dip because I like to use Rotel dip to do my tacos with or whatever. So yeah, I'm sitting over here and so she's trying to get this can opener back for me. But I been told Shawty, first of all, I been told Shawty to come get a can opener. She was avoiding me or whatever like that. And then she had hit my phone and she wanted to talk about why I was constantly telling, I guess, her boyfriend things that she told me. And I'm just like, girl, because, and what I couldn't verbalize is, girl, because I think you're slow. I think you're stupid and somebody needs to save you. And this is the funniest thing that I've ever heard because, oh my, I didn't know that somebody could be so green. You feel what I'm saying? So I was never really Shawty's friend. I gotta be very honest. Like, I need to stop trying to befriend people who I feel like lack common sense. Once I see that, it's just like, girl, baby, only a prayer can help you. Because my biggest problem with falling out with her is that I told her that old boy who she was dating was not the right person for her. You feel what I'm saying? And she didn't want to hear me out on that. And so she felt like she wanted to fight me because I'm disclosing this information about her. Her man is sitting over here making chicken and waffles downstairs with another female. And I'm trying to tell you what's up. And why I'm telling you what's up is because while he's sitting over here making chicken and waffles with another female, this girl was upstairs doing TikTok recipes, trying to figure out how to make some pasta for her and him for that night. And I'm sitting up here putting you down because you putting all that hard work and effort in to make a meal for this man, and this man is getting fed somewhere else. So I really thought that I was being a friend when I told her that, but she completely took it the wrong way and she tried to fight me. And it's just like, girl, okay, be stupid by yourself. Go be stupid by yourself. So boom, it all relates back to the story though, because it connects back to Shy. So I'm trying to tell Shy, I'm like, hey, bruh, get this girl, because she keeps trying to harass me and everything like that. This girl really just keep coming after me, and she's making me mad. And so she wasn't listening to me. She wasn't paying attention to me. And so the girl, she wasn't paying attention to me in that moment. And so the girl come downstairs, and so she tries to tell on me because I'm not returning this can opener. And I had told the girl, I'll give you back this can opener when I feel like it because I don't like your energy right now. So I didn't really want to see her no type deal like that. I'm just like, okay, I'll put this can opener back when I feel like giving this can opener back to you. But I'm not gonna see you in no close contact right now because I don't know where your mind at. So just chill, bro. And so she comes downstairs and she tries to basically tell on me like, oh, I'm not giving him the can opener back, and it was her roommate's can opener or whatever like that. I was gonna give the can opener back, and I kept trying to tell her to come get the can opener from me, but she was sitting over here basically making excuses on why she couldn't come get the can opener. And I'm just like, okay, cool, I really don't care like that and whatever. So boom, she comes to try to tell Shy that I got this can opener and everything like that. And so she sees me down there, and so the girl like she said something along the lines to me of, oh, you got all that mouth but you don't never want to fight. Okay, she just called me out. Like, I might be non-violent, but I ain't never been a punk. Like, you are never going to hold me, bro. Like, that's just who I am or who I was. Because I feel like I'm changing and I'm maturing as a grown adult. And I don't fight, baby. Like, I don't, fight for what? Put my hands on you for what? I don't need to do that. You feel what I'm saying? And that's basically what I was trying to avoid the whole time, too. Because, mind you, both of us are students at Georgia State. And if we did fight, then we could have got kicked out of school. So I'm really not trying to fight you. I'm not trying to do none of that to you. Like, girl, I'll give you this can opener, but I'm trying to calm down, and I really want you to calm down as well because you really just seem too hyped. So boom, she had seen me downstairs or whatever like that. So the girl sitting up here basically talking about some, oh, you got all that mouth but you don't ever want to do nothing. So that made my ears perk up. And I'm just like, see, the reason why I was dodging you is to save you, not to save myself, baby. Like, with everything I got on my back, I will take all of that out on you. I will take all of my aggression out on you. And you are very small, bro. Like, I don't think that you really want to do this. And so, basically, when she calls me out, I turn my back to her. I take my fanny pack off. And I start walking up. And so, before I even say words out of my mouth, I get, bro, when I tell you I feel like I flew that day, I never knew a big bitch could fly. Like, I'm really not playing with you. So Shy sits over here, she reaches out and she pushes me or whatever. Like, and I slid across that floor so hard. And I'm just like, what the hell, bro? And so she ends up apologizing to me or whatever like that and the next day. And so she said some corny crap to me, talking about some, oh, I'm sorry for pushing you like that. I know this might not sound corny, but instead of pushing you, I could have just hugged you. Shawty, you should not have put your hands on me whatsoever because I was not doing anything. This girl sitting over here, yap. She running her mouth doing all of that. But I become the problem because I took my bag off and I walked up. I didn't even get the chance to say nothing. So before I even make a move, before I do anything at all, before I even go to pop somebody, I'm on the ground because this big old girl pushed me. And so now me and you have a problem. So she's like, basically like, nah, it's cool. I don't got no problem with you or whatever like that. Like, I didn't mean to push you like that. If you want to file a report, she told me straight up, she was like, if you want to file a police report about me, you can. And so I'm just like, nah, it's cool. Like, I don't want to file no police report about you or whatever like that. I ain't really the type of person to want to get people in trouble and stuff. Like, I'm not really the type of person to play victim. I really don't like calling the police at all, whatsoever. You feel what I'm saying? The only person who I call the police off for real is my stepdad because he really be pissing me off. But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna get into it. But back to the story though, right? So yeah, Shawty apologizes and she do all that and everything like that. And so that's really when we just started being nice to each other and we started being cool with each other because we didn't have no problem with each other whatsoever. It was never no problem with each other. But one day, and so she would, that's what else would happen. So she would constantly watch my stuff for me too, because I would sit down in the lobby just basically doing my homework and everything like that. And so the reason why I would sit in the lobby is because I have like intrusive thoughts and everything. So my thoughts would just run, and it starts to disturb me because it's like I can't focus on my studies. And so I don't really like being in a room by myself, mind you. So this is part of the story as well. So I stayed in a 4x4, right? So I stayed in a 4x4 or whatever, and I didn't have no roommates. So I didn't like that because it's like all I would hear are my own thoughts, and sometimes it felt like the walls were just closing in, and I really do have panic attacks a lot of times just from trauma and everything. I may get into later, but yeah, so basically just from trauma and everything. So I had panic attacks, so I would sit in the lobby because it really helped to be in an open space where I could just see people, and like I didn't really want to talk to anybody because, mind you, I'm doing my homework. So I didn't really want to talk to people because then it would push back me doing my work for class and stuff like that. So I would just like to see people because for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, it helped clear my mind to know that I really just wasn't alone. You feel what I'm saying? So me talking to her, or not talking to her, but me sitting down there was helping me because it's just like, all right, I'm cool, ain't nothing wrong. The thoughts just kind of go away. I don't know why the thoughts go away, but when I surround myself with people, the intrusive thoughts, they just quiet down a bit. So I explained this to them and everything like that, or whatever like that. So they took an interpretation to feel like when I say I like to see people, I was talking about specifically her, because they didn't want me sitting down in the lobby. I really don't know, because they had a lot of stuff going on. There would be a lot of like, it was just stuff going down at that apartment complex in real life. Like, I really don't want to get into it, but just know it's the hood, it's the ghetto. It was a real crime scene. They really it should have been SVU. And to be very honest, I had made a joke to the police one time. I said, y'all need to have a precinct right next door to this apartment complex by how many times that y'all come out here. For real. Because this is wild and this is crazy. And you feel what I'm saying? And so basically, I think she did explain to me that they didn't want me sitting in the lobby because there would be sensitive information and residents would have sensitive topics and come talk about them, and they needed a place for their privacy or whatever like that. That's what they explained. And I'm just like, this is the lobby. Like, I don't understand. There's no sense of privacy in this lobby at all. So what are you even talking about? The residents need privacy. Y'all should go to a private room. Like, I know that y'all have offices and everything like that. Go to the office, because I'm not really bothering nobody by sitting down here. So a lot of residents would have a problem with me. It was like here and there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, sometimes she would be cool, and then sometimes she'd be like, all right, Kennedy, I don't have time to talk to you today. But it didn't really offend me or whatever like that. It would just be like, okay, well, I'll just talk to you later. You feel what I'm saying? But I wouldn't talk to nobody but her, because I constantly felt uncomfortable on that property. Okay, cool. So, like I was saying, I'm telling y'all, I be getting lost while I'm telling stories. Oh yeah, so it was after she pushed me, right? So I'm like, what's up, bro? Why is you pushing on me like that or whatever like that? She's like, Kenn, we cool. And I'm like, yeah, I know we cool or whatever. And so she was like, you want to file a police report? And I was like, nah, like, we cool, because I don't really call the police on people like that. Like, just don't put your hands on me no more. You feel what I'm saying? Like, stop playing, don't play with me like that. And so, old girl would continue to put her hands on me and shit like that. But it's like, 1 minute she cool, she nice, we friendly, I can have some water or whatever like that. And then the next minute it's like she had an attitude with me and stuff like that. And so I really just didn't understand. Like, I didn't really take it as anything that I was doing. And so a lot of times while I was on the property, I would ask, could I speak to her? So the only reason why I would ask, could I speak to her or whatever like that, is because I didn't feel comfortable talking to one of the other security guards. But everything that I would be saying to her did pertain to her job. I was never plotting. You feel what I'm saying? I was never plotting on her, but they felt like I had this crush on her or whatever like that, because I gotta tell y'all how I made a mistake. So one day I had seen her or whatever like that. And so basically I had seen her and she was behind the security desk, and I just said, you look like you got hoes. You feel what I'm saying? But I was never like coming at her. I was genuinely telling her she looked like she got hoes. And so she was like, nah, I got a girlfriend. And so I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I continued to further have a conversation with her, and I'm just like, so how do you even meet women? Like, what do you do? How you meet women? So she was like, you could go out to the club, there's online dating, And so I'm just like, I don't know about online dating and everything like that, because I feel like people just be playing games and they just want one thing. And so we continue to chop it up and everything like that. And so I was basically just being open about me wanting to find a girlfriend, but being confused on how exactly you do that. And so it was a genuine conversation about me just basically wanting to ask advice from somebody else who I knew was gay as well. You feel me? It was never me plotting on her. I just saw a gay woman and I'm just like, ooh, I can finally ask somebody my questions. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was just trying to be like you, twin. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was not trying to plot on you whatsoever. So go on with the bull crap. But at the same time, while I was interested in knowing the information, I was not actively looking. So I feel like that's why it got a little confusing, because it's like sometimes I be feeling like I want a girlfriend, but at the same time, I still need to focus on my work and stuff like that. So that's really where I was at the time when I was asking her for advice and everything, but I was never plotting on her. But my actions and stuff had gotten misconstrued. Okay, cool. So moving on in the story, we ended up getting caught being nice to each other. And so folks wanted to instigate and they wanted to try to make it seem like it was something that it wasn't, because I was never on that type of timing with Shawty at all, because it's like, all right, cool, I'm just going through so much in life. And number two, I already know we getting caught, because where would we even do anything at? Number three, I am broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. Can I say it again? I am broke, and I don't feel like it's right to be in a relationship with somebody and you don't have anything that you're bringing to the table. I feel like that's taking advantage of somebody. I feel like that's being manipulative or whatever like that. And I'm really not that type of person. So to be very honest, I'm intentionally single right now, because I feel like it's wrong to sit over there and want to form a relationship with somebody when you're in a survival state, where you're in like survival mode. Because I don't really believe in struggle love. Because one thing that really scares me about finding love in the midst of like my dark times and everything like that is the fact that basically I don't want to wake up one day when I'm comfortable and my life is like good and I have everything that I want, and then look at my partner and go, ooh, I never really loved you for real. I was just using you because I needed you at that time. But I'm good now, shawty. You know, that's really one of my biggest fears. I feel like I'm really considerate of people's emotions and stuff like that. And I don't want nobody to feel like, damn, I invested all this time into you and you really just gonna up and leave me. I feel like that would be so heartbreaking, and that is so wrong. So I don't really want to be that person. So that's why I'm not really doing relationships right now anyway. And that, because I have that mindset, that's how I know I really wasn't plotting on somebody. I wasn't plotting on Shy, because it's just like, bro, like, I need to fix my whole life right now. Like, you can't save me. And I never wanted her to. You feel what I'm saying? But it was just like, oh my God, she was so nice to me, y'all. Like, she was so nice to me. It was crazy. Like, and I actually really did care about her. And I felt like she cared about me as well, because she was really nice to me when nobody else was around. But when the leasing lady came, she started being mean to me again. And so I feel like the leasing lady made her write them papers about me talking about I was stalking her, because I was never really bothering her. The only thing that I would ever come and talk to her about are things that concern the property. And I really never talked to anybody else on the property, because they made me feel uncomfortable and I really just didn't like them. So if I don't like you, then why would I come talking to you about sensitive topics? You feel what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do that if you're not giving me that space where I'm feeling comfortable. So that's why she was the only person who I would speak to, because I feel like that was the only person who really understood me, and she made me laugh and she made me giggle and she made me smile. So yeah, that's why I talked to her. But she was fake and she was trifling at the same time. And she really just wanted to get me locked up in psych. So that's how we're getting to how I got locked up in psych. Because this has just been like a little confusing to even explain. But I had to give you the whole story on how I was being accused of plotting on this girl. So boom. Finally, how did Kennedy get into psych? Well, Kennedy got into psych because about 10 years ago, I was gang raped, right? And I'm cool, I'm good, I'm smiling. You see, I'm shining. My skin is clear. I got a smile on my face. I'm happy. You feel what I'm saying? I'm in school right now. I have positive things to look forward to. I have a future. Ain't nobody getting me down. F that nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. I know I'm funny. So basically, I was like, boom, this guy who had gang raped me or whatever like that, he know how to get into this apartment complex and everything. And so I'm just really trying to basically see if I'm safe and stuff like that. And so I'm trying to figure out how he knew how to get into the apartment complex without passing through security. And I'm just like, that's a little weird or whatever like that. So I went to have a conversation with her about it and everything like that. And so I had a conversation with her the first day, and then so I go back to have a conversation with her to follow up, and she's acting really weird or whatever towards me, and she's just like, don't talk to me or whatever like that. And I'm just like, what's up with you or whatever. And so it's just like, nah, I feel like y'all being strange. So basically what I said to her was, because I felt like nobody really cared about my life, and they really didn't care about my life, because mind you, whole time I wasn't paying rent, and that was the pressure between me, Lisa, and her, was the fact that I was living there and I wasn't paying rent. So boom. So I guess I really got accused of plotting on her, because they were trying to basically say, oh, I'm trying to get in a relationship with this person so that they could take care of me, so that I could keep a roof over my head. When I really just don't even think like that. I never really wanted to be in a relationship with her at all, and it had nothing to do with her. It had no, when I say it had nothing to do with her, it had nothing to do with her. Like, in my eyes, this girl was so perfect. Like, oh, y'all don't understand. I planned my whole wedding out for us. Mind you, how I said my whole wedding, not our wedding. No, because it would have been all about me, because she would have gave me everything that I wanted. In my mind, that's just how I felt. But you feel what I'm saying? But I knew that was like so extreme, and it was so delusional as well. But it's just like a little happy thinking. You feel me? Like, what if? Like, after I get all the riches that I really desire in life, what if that could be my wife? You feel what I'm saying? But no. Let me stop playing. So basically, yeah. So I was telling her essentially how I was afraid or whatever like that. And so I'm sitting up here telling this girl I'm afraid, and so she's not really taking me seriously or whatever. So I'm just like, dang, do I have to get a gun to protect myself? So I said something. So because I said something about a gun, so asking, do I have to get a gun to protect myself? And I'm sitting up here saying how scared that I feel and everything. And so she's calling the ambulance people. So she didn't really want nothing to do with me, and she didn't want to talk to me because I'm not paying my rent. So that the leasing people told her basically, like, don't talk to me, I'm crazy and everything of that nature. And she was telling her staff that as well. She was basically telling her staff, oh, don't talk to that girl. So they were literally isolating me and everything like that, and they didn't want to help me because I was not paying rent. So they didn't see no value in me or whatever like that. And so it was really weird. Like, that was really just a hard time for me. So boom, like I said, so she had called, they had called psych or whatever. And so with them calling psych on me, basically I had ran away from the police. And so she had came to come get me, because it's just like, I don't even understand why these people is here to see me anyway. Like, I'm good. I'm just trying to make sure I'm safe in my home, because this is what I had an intention to do the whole time. My intentions was to start my podcast and to really talk about this situation where I was being gang raped. And I didn't want to talk about it without knowing that I was safe, because I really was scared. You feel where I'm coming from? And I was scared because this person knew how to come in my home, and I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing bad that was going to happen to me. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, they really misconstrued that, and they took it the wrong way. And basically, they tried to say that I had accused. So basically, they had tried to say that I was trying to unalive people. But that's not what I was saying. I was saying, oh, do I need a weapon to defend myself? You feel me? Like, those are really two different phrases, and they're two different words, but you're misconstruing what I'm saying because you really just don't want to deal with me, and you're tired of putting up with me. So boom, yeah. So I had went to psych. Psych was an experience. I will talk about it at a later time, because I have wasted it. I'm not gonna say it was a waste of time. I feel like this was a really good conversation. It was something that I really just wanted to talk about, and something that was really on my heart. But yeah, basically what I was trying to explain to you is how I really don't be plotting on people. The whole time, them locking me up in psych, that was false imprisonment, because they really just wanted me off the property because I was not paying my rent, because I did not have no job. But they was also scamming at the same time. So I really didn't care that I was not paying my rent, because I had found out that them folks was some scammers, because they was adding on $10 for late fees every single day for like 14 days. So half of the month you're sitting up here late fee. So it's like you adding what it's like 190 or something of that nature. You had added up some extra charges that we really wasn't supposed to be being charged, when what we signed up for was a $50 flat late fee, and that's what we was gonna pay. So I had went into the lease or whatever like that, and I seen where it said that. So I sent an email to the white lady who was over the property, and I tried to sound as professional as possible but as petty as possible too. And I was like, there seems to have been a mistake. Y'all are overcharging me for late fees, and I want that money back. I want that money credited to my rent for what my father had overpaid, because I see you trumping up charges on my account that I don't owe you. You feel what I'm saying? So they tried to gaslight and act like that's not what they was doing, and da or whatever. It was exactly what they was doing. But boom, so essentially, basically, the girl was playing in my face. Like, it's so many moving parts to that story. So basically, the girl was that's what I was going to go to. So after she had pushed me, right? So after old girl had pushed me, they really told her to stop, that me and her need to stop talking or whatever like that, because they just like, okay, so why would y'all still be talking to each other if she had pushed you and stuff? Like, if you feel like she had hurt you, why are you talking to her or whatever like that? And so I'm just like, because it didn't really matter to me. Like, I knew that she was just doing her job and everything like that, and I wasn't trying to get her in trouble, and I knew that she didn't mean to do it, so it was cool. It was really, her intention was not to harm me, and that's where that's really what I knew and I understood. But that's what I thought. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't look at it like that, like, oh, she was really trying to hurt me. She had told me out of her mouth the only reason why she had pushed me is because if I would have fought that girl, I would have ended up going to jail. So I don't like jail. Like I said, I do not like jail. That is not me. Please keep me out of the cell. Free Kenn. Every single time. That's how I feel. I don't want to go back to jail. Jail is it's not a nice experience. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, so yeah. Like I was saying, I was telling this whole story on plotting on people, right? Cool. So basically and essentially, I had gotten accused of plotting on her. She had accused me of stalking her or whatever like that. And I'm just like, that's not true. That's not in my character. The whole time I was sitting down there, I was sitting down there for myself. I was sitting down there because I had a hard time breathing. I was sitting down there because I had panic attacks. Like, I did like seeing her every day. I'm not gonna lie whatsoever. But I had no intention on wanting to be in a relationship or do anything with her, because I understood that I just didn't feel like I was ready for love, because I had so many things going on and I was really just trying to figure out my life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to get close to her so that she could like save me from everything that I was going through. So, because I was really at risk of being evicted from the apartment. And maybe I might, in another episode, I might have to tell y'all how I ended up living there 5 months without paying my rent. Like, they had just let it go, and we mediated in court because they had sent me. So if you gonna sit up here, here's my thing. They tried to accuse me of something that I wasn't doing, right? They tried to accuse me of stalking this woman and everything like that. But when we get to court, you ready to mediate. The only reason why you sitting over here and you ready to mediate is because you know I didn't do nothing wrong, and y'all know, and you know that you wrong as hell for sending me to psych and sending me to jail. And also, I was right. So if I was never right about how they was scamming, then they would not have let me get away with not paying them for them 5 months. They had cleared my balance for the rest of my lease or whatever like that, because I had found out the information that they were overcharging on these late fees. And to be very honest, like I was saying, she old girl stopped talking to me. So the only reason she had started talking to me again or whatever like that was to distract me, because I had figured out what old girl was doing, or what the leasing office was doing with overcharging people on late fees. Because basically what they wanted to do was trump up your charges on your account, and then to essentially get you to leave and push you out or whatever like that, so they can get the next set of folks in who would be able to pay the rent or whatever like that. So honestly, it was really just a system, and they really just didn't care about you like as a person. They just like, okay, do you got the rent money? Okay, you got the rent money? Okay, cool. Then then we good. You feel what I'm saying? But essentially, it was complicated. Like, I'm gonna tell, like, that's where I'm gonna leave this episode off, is that it was complicated. Because while I did find the girl attractive, and while I did like her personality and stuff like that, she had already told me she had a girlfriend. And she told me that her girlfriend don't let her have friends. So I just, I kind of just left it alone at that or whatever like that, because I was never really trying to be her friend in that kind of instance. I wasn't trying to be her friend. I was trying to be her twin. You did, dog? Let me stop playing, because but I'm being so serious. I was asking her for advice because I didn't think that I liked studs. Like, I didn't think that was something that I was attracted to at all. I thought that I liked femmes. And so I'm just like, so when she started treating me like I was a lady, like I was like a femme, and like I was soft and stuff like that, I'm just like, oh, this is cute. Like, and I created this whole story in my mind, for real. But okay, so this part I will be honest on. So I did create a whole story in my mind about like how our life was gonna work out, and like in my head I created this whole delusional fantasy love story that I would really like to write down. I had told her about it too. I had told her the characters' names in my books that I would make in reference to us, because everybody kept trying to act like me and her had this little secret love connection going on. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna write that all in the book. I'm gonna write all of that down, because I feel like that would be so cute. And so I told her about it. So I told her about it as well. And so she just laughed at me, and she thought it was cute, and she thought it was funny as well. So we really didn't have no problem with each other. Even when she wrote the paperwork against me and saying, oh, I was stalking her. First of all, they ended up not coming to court. The leasing lady and Shy ended up not coming to court, because the goal was really to get me off of the property. They knew that I wasn't stalking nobody whatsoever. They just wanted me off of the property because I was not paying any rent. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, you can't just live somewhere for free. You did, dog. So I completely understand her situation and why me and her couldn't be cool, and why me and her couldn't be friends, because I was broke. And it's like, she couldn't save me. First of all, I knew she couldn't save me because Shawty was riding on a scooter. You feel what I'm saying? Baby, there's not enough room. You dig, dog? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do on the back of your scooter, but no. Neither one of us are financially stable to be in a relationship. And I'm not going to be in a relationship with anybody until I'm financially stable. And I will say this on this platform right now. I need $1 million. Come here. Now, like, let me stop playing. I don't even know how to do the edits yet. But like Dr. Evil, and he's talking about some $1 million. That is the price of my nana. Ooh, nana. Let me stop playing. I really do play too much. Like, I'm funny. But no. So, boom. Y'all. I don't even know if this whole story made sense. But this was really just me clearing my name up. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's just like, people make me question myself and my own intentions, because sometimes I really do get accused of doing weird stuff, like plotting on people. And it's just like, what do I need to be plotting on you for? Like, what am I trying to gain? I don't feel like this is no Cinderella story. This is more so brave. You know, I'm gonna be the brave princess. Like, baby, Cinderella, I'm not looking for no Prince Charming or no Princess Charming neither. Like, I really wanna get myself out of this situation. I don't want to depend on another person to be able to provide for me when I should be able to provide for myself. Because my thing and how I'm thinking is, if I got a table and you got a table, then baby, we can make us a buffet. A buffet. I said a buffet. A bouquet? Well, we can make us a bouquet too. As soon as I finish growing my flowers and giving my flowers to myself, we can make us a whole garden, boo. What you trying to do? You did that. You feel me? Can you come back, Shy? Like, no, it's okay. It's okay. No, Kennedy, because she was beating you up. And you don't deserve that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she was not beating me up like that. Like, it really wasn't that serious. It was her trying to basically control me and to get me to stop coming after the leasing office, because I was on their heads every single day, because they was finna run me my money. I was not plotting on her. I was plotting on the fact that I needed a place to stay. I was plotting on finding a stable roof over my head. I had no time to sit over here and plot on this girl. Like, I was plotting on my future. Now, if she wanted to be a part of it, I don't think that I would have minded that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But my intention, like, that would have just been a little extra gift. Like, that would have been a little, little reward for working so hard on my future. Like, if she wanted to follow me along to the top, baby, you can go wherever I go. You can have whatever you like. Yeah, I say you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing for today. Y'all, this whole comedy special that I really just gave y'all, it was basically to say, don't plot on people. You feel what I'm saying? The only thing that you should really be plotting on is your future. Like, I don't intend to play games with people, especially, so I'm in a season where the only thing that I'm plotting on is $1 million. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not playing about that. So I'm plotting on my future because I have so many things that I want to do for my community. I'm trying to build a tribe around me, build a community around me, build genuine love around me. And at this moment, I don't really feel like I have a place in my life for a partner, because I know that there is so much to do so that I can take care of myself and I can take care of my community as well, because I just have really positive, creative ideas for how I want to help people and how I want to heal the world. And I don't know. I'm just in a place where I have to pay so much attention to myself and really get rid of distractions in my life, because I have so much that I want to do. And so I don't know who I want to love personally, because that's just really not a part of my plan right now. Like, I know it's gonna be a stud. I swear to God, it's gonna be a stud. Or it's gonna be a mass film. Like, ooh, cause y'all is, ooh, and I just, now I'm not plotting. So listen, I'm not plotting on my stud mama or my stud bae. I don't know what you even call them, but baby, come here. So look, I gotta stop playing so much. So look, I don't feel like I'm plotting. I feel like I'm more so manifesting. Like, I would like to know who she is and what she looks like. Can I get a visual image, please? But I really am not plotting on people. Like, so when I invite somebody on this platform, like, let's be so serious. When I invite you on this platform, when you sit in this seat, it is for an interview. I might laugh, smile, giggle, hey, how you doing? But that's the act, bro. Because once you start to irritate me, it really turned like this. And now you gotta Now you got to deal with my mouth. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not nice. I be trying to tell people that. Like, hell, I'm not a nice person. I'm kind, I'm respectful, I'm generous. Like, I love all people in reality. But at some point, you have to let people know, all right, you crossing my boundaries. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't see you like that. And to be very honest, like, it's not you. It's not you, so don't let your ego get in the way. See, because that's what I feel. I feel like sometimes people ego get into the way. Because when you rejecting them, they want to feel like, oh, now I got to see. Now I got to challenge her. Now I got to get her for real. But sometimes when you're being rejected by somebody, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. So when I'm telling people no, it's not because I feel like I'm above you or anything of that nature. It's because I'm really not in a place where I feel like I can invite love into my life, because I am so needy and I don't have anything of my own and I don't have any sense of stability. So to be very honest, I feel like I'm protecting my peace, and I'm also protecting you too, because I don't want either one of our hearts broken. You feel what I'm saying? So when you sit into this chair, just know that I am a caring friend and I love you forever and for life. You feel me? I'm not looking for no relationship with you. To be very honest, I want you to go explore. I want you to go see what real love looks like, because this right here, this is not it. Kennedy is so focused on learning how to love herself. Oh my God. Like, that's what I desire more than anything. I'm plotting on how I can love myself more. I'm plotting on how I can love myself better. I'm plotting on how I can get $1 million. Like, I really feel like Day for next Friday right now. Talking about I need to figure out a way to get that money by tomorrow. Huh? You heard what I said? I said I need to figure out a way to get this money by tomorrow. I am not playing with you. Like, I am tired of sleeping on an air mattress in the trenches. Like, really struggling. And I'm being so honest with you, bro. Like, I'm tired of being treated like I'm less than. I'm tired of being belittled. I'm tired of being treated like I'm just nobody. And I don't really like that. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes you really just gotta pop out and show folks who you really are. And so when I say the only thing that I'm plotting on right about now is my future, the only thing that I'm trying to attract right now is 6 figures into my bank account. The only place I want to go back and forth to is the bank, baby. The only person I want to go back and forth with is the teller, baby, as I'm handing her stacks of cash and making deposits and asking, can I get a withdrawal because I need to go donate to a charity. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's really all I have time for. And until I clear my vision up with God, I don't want to be with nobody, because I know where my heart lies, and I know what I'm looking for, and I know who I'm trying to be. So for the moment, I'm comfortably single, and I'm okay with that. Now, if you trying to plot on me, please stop. Baby, bless your heart, and I hope you find real love. But over here, don't look. That's the message. Like, if you think you finna find love over here, I'm gonna scare you away. It looks scary. Okay, so y'all, all right, that was my take on plotting on people. But I want to hear from y'all though. Have you ever plotted on somebody? Have you ever been accused of plotting on somebody? Did it work? Did it backfire? Hit me up. Let me know in these comments. Make sure you follow the Weak Daze on all platforms as well. Subscribe and share this with somebody who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay solid, stay real, and stop wasting energy on plots that ain't worth the effort. You did, dog? Peace out. Yay! I don't know how that sounded, but Ooh, we did something. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording now. Bye.